All right, man, peace. So, NBA superstar Dwayne Wade, as we all know, he's now on the Cleveland Cavaliers. And as we all know, he is married to the former star in the movie industry, Gabrielle Union. I want to make this video because I've stated in the past that the woman really does not start to mature until she's around 44, 45 years old. Gabrielle Union, as we know, is around that age. And she's going to show you a lot of the attributes of a female that is starting to mature. And I just want to point out some things for brothers to show you the transition period that the woman goes through around that age and why they go through it. So, of course, they're going to talk about it. I'm going to chime in.
The bench. Who better to get inside of D-Wade's thinking than his better half, Gabrielle Union?
Well, she's not his better half. She's his other half. Right? You can't have a better half. You can only have a other half. The reason why they're together is because they feel like they can add things to each other. So clearly, she's not his better half, she's his other half. But people use that term better half in regards to the woman to once again push the worship of the feminine principle, which is very, very fully ingrained in this society.
All right, this has been such a long time coming. Too long, and people are just going to have to allow me a long intro because this woman deserves it.
What a shock. Jemele Hill, another so-called liberal black female in her early 40s, is trying to overly glorify Gabrielle Union. I'm sure that they're friends. Jemele Hill has implied that they are friends. And once again, it doesn't surprise me. They are in the same age range, and their thought process is very similar. When women get around that age, early 40s, and I noted this in a previous video, they always talk about the man going through the midlife crisis. Well, women go through a series of different crises as they hit certain ages in their development. You know, the puberty stage where they start to develop, then around 18, 19, when they get out on their own. Maybe when they go to college, per se, around that age. Then when they get in their late 20s, they start to have their first age crisis because they examine their life and they say to themselves, I'm not where I want to be, per se. I'm not married. I don't have a house. I don't have the job that I want. I'm not sure if this is the man that I want. And then they hit that crisis at around the late 30s when they're like, oh, wow, I'm turning 40. And then they start to around 43, 44, they finally start to mature, meaning they finally start to realize that life isn't just about them. This is around the age that Gabrielle Union and Jemele Hill are at. The difference is that Gabrielle Union is a woman who is used to getting attention because of her beauty, which around this age is starting to fade. As you can see, Gabrielle Union is still an attractive woman, but she's starting to take on that auntie appeal now. It's not, she's not the sex kitten that she was back in her 20s. And when I say sex kitten, I don't mean from a MK Ultra perspective. I'm just talking about from an allure perspective. She's not going to get those roles in Hollywood anymore where she plays the femme fatale like she may have gotten in the late 90s, early 2000s. But anyway, let me let Jemele Hill speak here.
She deserves it for sure. Actress, entrepreneur, activist, and somebody I'm very proud to call a friend, Gabrielle Union. Thank you so much for joining us.
The term activist is just code word for loudmouth.
Finally here on the 6th. I know. It's taken a bit. Listen, you have a very personal project that's out right now called We're Going to Need More Wine, which...
Yes, I'm sure. And that's a very apt title, particularly for females around that age range. Many of these liberal females in their mid-30s and upward, they start to get addicted to wine. Why? Because it helps them calm their nerves. Most of them are mentally unstable, especially when they have not been able to get what they wanted out of life. Like I tell you, brothers, in many of my videos, most of these liberal women, they go home to a glass of wine and a dildo. She has Dwayne Wade, so she doesn't need the dildo. She just needs the wine.
Which I think is a brilliant title for a book. It should be a mantra for life. Now, not that you need it.
See, Jemele Hill said that, brothers. Jemele Hill said, I'm going to need more wine. Okay? She said that should be a mantra for life. You brothers are going to come to understand these things that I tell y'all are rock solid. Okay?
His permission. Everybody in the world knows that your husband is Dwayne Wade, but I'm curious as to what he thought about your decision to open up.
I'm going to rewind this here. I want you guys to pay very close attention to what Jemele Hill said.
Open up brilliant title for a book and should be a mantra for life. Now, not that you need his permission. Everybody in the world knows that your husband is Dwayne Wade, but I'm curious as to what he thought about your decision to open up the way that you did.
Now, notice what Jemele Hill said. She said, not that you need his permission, right? That's what she led with. She didn't lead with your husband is Dwayne Wade. She said, not that you need his permission, but I'm curious in regards to what he felt in regards to, you know, what you did or the book that you're writing. So once again, the liberal black female, and I tell you brothers this incessantly, she has three alter egos: racialist, globalist, and feminist. Now, because Gabrielle Union is married to him, and we all know that the balance of power it goes towards Dwayne Wade, Jemele Hill knows that as well. She had to go out of her way to try to diminish Dwayne Wade and his manhood by saying, not that you need his permission. Now, remember, Jemele Hill is the same person who said that the NFL owners are coming against the manhood of the NFL players by demanding that they not kneel. And I noted when she said that people like her and Josina Anderson do not care about the manhood of the so-called black man. They never have and they never will, because they are feminist. Okay? That is why Jemele Hill led her statement towards Gabrielle Union with, not that you need his permission. Now, why would Gabrielle Union not need Dwayne Wade's permission to speak on personal matters if that's supposed to be her husband? Why would she not need his permission? Right? Even as a man, if you're going to write a book and you're going to include personal information about your wife, your family, or your wife's family in a book, wouldn't you ask her permission out of love and respect for your wife? So why would a liberal female think that she does not need the permission